But like Phil told us on the podcast, and I'm constantly telling her and joking with her, West Cork is taking over, Jack. We've been saying it in this podcast for enough times now. West Cork sport is taking over, and it's an incredible time for West Cork sport. And I'm going to ask you and the listeners to indulge me just for a second, because I really think we're living through a golden era for West Cork sport, and everyone from West Cork should be so proud of what our local sports people are achieving on the local, national and international stages, because I suppose the truth of it is this won't last forever. There'll come a point when our current sports stars will move on. So we really need to live in the moment and enjoy what our West Cork sports people are, how they're performing and how they're putting West Cork on the map. So just for a second, right, in athletics, we've Phil Healy, Joan Healy, Darren McElhinney. We've Nicola Tuttle, too, a young hammer thrower from Kilbrittain, who was the national senior champion. Big things of her. And Bandon Athletic Club are doing super things. In rugby, we've Gavin Coombs, Liam Coombs, Darren Sweetenham, Fineen Wycherley, Josh Wycherley, John Hodnett, Jack Crowley, James French, Inya Breen and Laura Sheehan. And there's more in the Munster Academy like Cian Hurley. Turn to Rowan for a second. We've Gary O'Donovan, Paul O'Donovan, Fintan McCarthy, Jake McCarthy, Lydia Heafy, Aoife Casey, Emily Hegarty and Dominic Casey as the Rowan coach. Look at the GA for a second. Martina O'Brien, Melissa Duggan, Anya Terry O'Sullivan, Libby Coppinger, Niamh Cotter, the Kileys, Laura Mahoney and more. Turn to Camogie, and this is from West Cork again. We've Orla Cronin, and congrats to her. She picked up her first All-Star last weekend, so it was a great Saturday night for the townland of Knockaneedy in Ballineen, because Phil and Orla were in the same school growing up and they only live a kilometre apart. So huge congrats to Orla Cronin as she picked up her first All-Star. And we also have Libby Coppinger doing great things with the Cork Camogie team as well. Kickboxing, Tony Stevenson, Lily Delacour, world champions. In soccer, Conor Horan, obviously putting West Cork soccer on the map. We've Denzel Fernandez with Shelburne. We've Ronan Hurley with Cork City. We're going to claim Jack Walsh from Inishannon too, who's also joined with Cork City. Men's football, you've Brian Hurley, Mark Collins, Rory Dean, Kevin O'Driscoll, Mark White, Sean White, Maurice Shanley. The list goes on and on and on. And what I'm trying to say here, Jack, is that West Cork sport is going through an incredible high at the moment. And we all need to, I suppose, just sit back for a second and just think, wow, absolutely incredible. We're all so proud of what they've achieved. And that's why it was so great to see what Phil Healy, what she achieved last Saturday night. Because again, it just highlights West Cork. It shows the strength of West Cork and how special West Cork is for sport.